All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And yeah, I just wanted to go into this lesson. As I titled the video, we are in that time. Okay, and this lesson is going to be dealing with the time of, ultimately the time of prophecy, but I want to go through a few precepts in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, all right, that deal with ultimately the times that we are in and the times to come ahead. All right, they deal with the elect, all right, being delivered and being beheld. All right. Oh, as a matter of fact, I believe that's also in the book of Revelation, the 11th chapter. So let's take a look at that. Let's see. Revelation. All right, Revelation 11, and let's see. There we go. Revelation 11 and 11. All right, and it talks about the when the elect get delivered, all right, their enemies are going to behold them. All right, starting with Esau and these other nations and these wicked Israelites, but they're going to see us, you know, getting beamed up. You know, they're going to see us going up into a chariot. Lord willing, we be of that number, and we gonna see them. We're going to see them getting roasted up. All right, because all these things that we're seeing happening now, when we see these things, we don't just, I mean, we think of, you know, what's happening and what's going to come out of it. But when you think about what's going to come out of it, you know, you think further ahead, all right, as to when all hell breaks loose, you know, and even past that, as to when Yahweh Shai comes back, because one thing after another, you have dependent prophecies, which are prophecies that are dependent on others, on other prophecies, meaning that, you know, for example, the destruction is a dependent prophecy. So that means that if the MOTB doesn't come, the destruction ain't gonna come. So the destruction, where the Lord has these nations, the tensions are so high, whether they're gonna already be at war or whether they're gonna fully declare war on each other, all right, involving the US, Russia, Iran, China, all of these nations, the Lord is going to have it when that time of destruction comes, that they're going to ultimately shoot their nuclear missiles, their intercontinental ballistic missiles. All of those things are going to be shot off. All right. But that is dependent on the MOTB. That is dependent on the charagma being instituted, being implemented. See, so that's like a dependent prophecy. So when we see the things that are happening in the world right now, we know that all we really gotta see now is that MOTB, the famines, the pestilence, the chaos, the destruction, you know, in the sense of the tribulation, that is all gonna be happening. But the main event, so to speak, of prophecy for that time before the destruction is that that ARFID CHIP. All right. So now, like I was dealing with, I was talking about the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. So this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. Actually, Slakia, I had quoted Revelation 11, so let's get that real quick. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. So who is that them? Them are the Israelites, okay? Starting with the elect, but the Israelites. And that's why you see us today, that spirit of life, this is synonymous with Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, because this spirit of life is also synonymous with Matthew, the 25th chapter, when the cry was made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, and it says that all the virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. So that's what we're, you know, that cry was made at midnight, and we all are waking up. You know, it started with our elders and their elders, and then it came on down to us. So the fact that we know we're Israelites and we know the name of the Most High, and we know the Hebrew, and we understand these prophecies, and we know the breakdowns to the scriptures, this is by way of the spirit of life that has entered into us. So we are in that time. Okay. So it says here, entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. Now that time period is also 3 days and a half. Is also goes in line with I believe it's 2,306 score days, okay, which is 350 years. So it says here, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So, and that's really mainly dealing with these elites, because they're they act as though they're good, and that's why they always try to demonize us. But they wouldn't have us in documents like Project Megiddo, or have us as a hate group, or try to have quote unquote terrorist watch lists and so on and so forth, if they didn't fear. Okay, they fear, and that's why they have that. So it says, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And so them seeing us, the prophets, pursuant to 1 Corinthians 4:9, the Lord setting up the prophets last, them seeing us out here is causing fear to fall upon them. All right. So it says, and they heard a voice from heaven saying unto them, who? The elect, come up hither. So we actually going to hear a voice. All right. It says, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, which is a chariot, and their enemies beheld them. That's the key part right there. Our enemies beheld us. So our enemies are going to see us, when that time comes. All right. And so as we're seeing these things, and also, as a matter of fact, since I mentioned that, before going into Wisdom of Solomon, I want to get this here in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33. Verse 33. See here. All right. So Ezekiel 33 and 33. Dang, I got a whole squad of cops out here. I wonder what that's about. Anyway, Ezekiel 33 and 33. It says here, and when Salakia, verse 33, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. So what is that when it comes to pass, they're gonna know that a prophet has been among them? That's these prophecies, because a prophet prophesies concerning prophecies, things that are about to happen, and he says them before they happen. Okay, he says them before they happen. So as people start seeing these prophecies and things start getting more and more intense, that's when people are going to know that we were the true prophets, or we are the true prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And that's when they're going to want to hear and take heed. And you're going to see the energy and the spirit they coming. Psalm 110 and 3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, which first applies to Yahweh Shai, but also unto his men. Okay, because the Lord is going to bless us with power as well. So let's get into the book of Wisdom of Solomon. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 17. It says, for when men will not believe that thou art of a full power, thou shewest thy strength, and among them that know it, thou makest their boldness manifest. So what is the Lord doing now? He's showing his strength, and he's going to continue to escalate that and show his strength even more by having these prophecies get fulfilled, by bringing these great judgments to get that fear and to have his name be magnified again. All right. And it's going to start with fear. Now, this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great actually, hold on a second. Come with fear. Peace. All right. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Yeah, Esau, these nations, the wicked of our people, they're gonna see when the Lord magnifies his elect, 2nd Ezra 16:70 on down, then shall they be known who am I chosen. When the Lord magnifies his elect, people are gonna see it. And the elect are gonna be bold. As the scriptures say, the righteous is as I believe bold as a lion. So the elect are gonna be bold. They're gonna stand firm, and people are gonna see it. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. So what are they gonna see that's gonna trouble them with terrible fear? It says, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. So what is the strangeness of our salvation? That us getting beamed up into a chariot? That is a strange way, because people, they're not expecting to see that. All right, the average individual is not expecting a giant chariot with other chariots and angels in them, to come out and to deliver, to beam people up, to, as the world will say, to abduct people. That's strange. They're not expecting that as the nuclear destruction is coming. That's why it says so far beyond all that they look for, because these people are not, it's not even in their wildest dreams do they consider that a possibility. And yet we believe it so much, we can actually see it. Verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a reproach of and a proverb of reproach. And they did that to Yahushua. They did that to the prophets of old. So they do that to us today. But when that time comes, they're gonna say, oh, that's such and such. That's them Israel. Oh, shoot. And they're gonna call to mind all the things that they've done, in terms of coming against the men of the Lord, coming against the Most High, coming against his son. Okay. It says, we read that verse 4, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Yeah. So that's the reason they do the things they do, because they don't think that, first off, they don't believe what we're saying. And as the scriptures tell us in 2nd Ezra 15, let not the incredulity of them trouble you. See, so because they don't believe what we're saying, they account our life madness. They think we're wasting. They don't see the point in us going out there. Here it is freezing, right? On days where it's very cold and it's freezing, but yet we're always out there. So they don't see why. Well, why do you have to go out there when it's this cold? For what? Just to go put on a garment and go teach what? They don't understand. So they think, they accounted madness. You're always busy on Saturdays and you always did, but they don't understand. Okay? It says here, and his end to be without honor. So they think, well, you guys are just a bunch of high school dropouts and college dropouts, and you're bums and you're this, and you ain't gonna do anything with your life. You just yada yada yada. Okay. It says here, how is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot is among the saints? So wait, hold on. How is this guy? You mean that dudes with the big beards, they be on the corners, with the Bible in their hand? What they them? They are the true men of the Lord? Oh, who else would it be? Because anybody who actually reads the scriptures, who actually opens the book and actually reads it, would know, oh yeah, you know what? These men fit the description. These men would have to be the prophets, because they're doing what the scriptures say the prophets would do. Okay. So let me breeze through this and wrap this up. It says here, verse 6, therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction, Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. Because then they're going to realize, it's going to be made perfectly clear to them. They're going to realize that, yo, you know what? They're going to realize that, you know what? These men have the truth at the end of the day. You know, these men have the truth. And now that it's evident that they have the truth, we came against them. That means we were way off. Verse 8, what hath pride profited us, or what good hath riches with our vaunting brought us? All those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasted by. And because as you can see the direction in which the world is going, all these things are going to pass away. All your accomplishments, your job, your businesses, all of it is going to pass away. Verse 10, and as a ship that passeth over the waves of the water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found, neither the pathway of the Nile in the waves. Because after that ship goes, you can't follow the exact path of that ship. You can't. All right. It doesn't leave footprints in the ocean. Now I'm going to jump down to verse 15. It says, but the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord. So the Lord is getting ready to reward us. All right. The Lord is going to reward us with a reward that nobody can ever even measure up to. Okay. It says, and the care of them is with the Most High. So the Lord got his angels in charge and they're going to take care of us. We don't have a thing to worry about. It says, therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hands. And that's literal. The Lord is going to put crowns on our heads. And a beautiful crown from the Lord's hands, for with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them. Okay? And that's pretty much what I'm going to read on that. And lastly, what I'm going to leave you with is that reward. So we're getting ready for that reward. So people wonder, well, why are you guys so excited with all these things? Aren't these things bad things going on? Hey, listen, man, after that comes the reward, you know? So that's why we're excited. Revelation 11 again, and this time I'm going to go to verse 18, and I'll close it off here. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets. There you go. Reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, which are Israelites, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. So what's going to be the reward? The kingdom, salvation, all right, immortality. You know, that's going to be the reward ultimately that the Lord is going to bless his elect with. You know, so we ain't got nothing to worry about. We just got to keep on doing what we have been doing. Keep on serving Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai in sincerity and in truth, because he desires, or he seeks such to worship him, you know, and in turn, he's going to take care of us. He's going to protect us. He's going to make sure that we're good. All right. So with that, I just wanted to go through that real briefly. You know, we're going to keep on seeing what the Lord has in store for this place as we're in the month of March, you know, and the Lord is definitely turning things up. All right. So Lord willing, you were edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem, Rachak Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.